Fall Guys is a relatively simple game. All you have to do is move forward and get to the end of the level. Do this well enough, and you might find yourself winning a game. But some people aren't satisfied winning the game normally. That's why today I chose to win a game of Fall Guys while only moving right. Firstly, some ground rules. If I want to move, I can only move my joystick to the right, and I can move my camera however I'd like. So let's get started. Right away we have a major problem to address. How am I gonna get to the end of the stage if my only movement option is to go right? Well, this is surprisingly simple. All we have to do is move the camera. That way I can move in all directions while still keeping the movement joystick to the right. And also another thing is that when we are moving forward, we can't see what's in front of us unless we're moving diagonally. Anyways, I use these things to boost me forward because I'm gonna need a head start if I want to beat these guys while only moving right. Luckily, I got hit in the right direction 3 times in a row, which gave me a pretty good head start against most people in the back. Unfortunately, that lead was demolished by this windmill that tried to banish me to the Shadow Realm. After getting up from that assault, we had to make a comeback to qualify for the next round. Since there aren't that many shortcuts in this map, I had to just prey on people in front of me messing up, which thankfully a lot of people messed up on the upcoming part. But again, unfortunately for me, these windmills had it out for me this game. After making it through that area, I was quite far behind. I thought that the only thing that could save me was the shortcut that I found on YouTube. Again, unfortunately, I'm a choke artist, and I missed that. Now really desperate, I chose to go for the middle route, but once again, these windmills really had it out for me this game and wouldn't let me pass. At this point, I thought I already lost, so I just went for another middle route, failed that, narrowly dodging this beam that tried to attack me, grabbing onto this platform which I didn't even know was possible, again dodging another beam, again grabbing onto the platform that I didn't even think was grabbable, with a nice jump past the slow windmill, walking my way up to the tower, and I successfully secured a spot in the second round. Next up we had Short Circuit, which is a relatively new map for me as I've only played it 2 or 3 times before in my entire life playing this game. And with that experience, I already knew that this round was not going to be easy to pass. Starting off, I knew that everyone was going to go through the top and that I was just better off going for the maze, even if I wasn't able to really see through that much. Making my way through the maze, I found 5 other players who also wanted to use the same exit as me. This conveyor belt section is pretty easy, but this laser beam section is where I really struggled. I tried to get past, but I just wouldn't be able to jump perfectly enough to get through, and I'd keep getting knocked over. At one point, I even got stuck in this bumper here for a little bit.
Oh no!
Eventually, I was able to make it out. Again, these conveyor belt parts are the easiest parts of the level to me, and this low gravity zone is also pretty good when lots of people don't try to deliberately just press the button to ruin your day. And also, I figured out some of these springs actually move you forward instead of backwards. And now I was back at the start. And once again, I go through the maze, making the tight corners needed to get past, all while still moving only to the right. And I'm back at the laser beam section. Now, I hate this section. This section, in my previous runs, they absolutely demolished my chances of even making it past this round. But since I was able to make it through those 2 sections super swiftly, I actually had a chance. Using the spring in the low gravity zone, I was able to skip an entire section with that. That jump was an amazing shortcut for me and a well-needed one too. Just when I used the spring, I hit the top of the pole. I was devastated knowing that my run could be over from that. But out of nowhere, the hero that we never knew we needed, the Assassin's Creed guy, came out of nowhere, stopping that yellow man. Oh my goodness, wait, what? The Assassin's Creed guy stopping that yellow bean from qualifying, allowing me to finish in the 20th spot. Amazing work from that Assassin's Creed guy, and I'll be paying him after this video. Next up, we have Snowball Survival. This is a relatively easy minigame for my challenge. All I really have to do is just sit on one of the platforms that don't break, and wait to see if the snowballs will come at me or not. Right away, with no game plan at all, I just chose to go to the nearest corner in front of me. While praying to God, the second snowball came out of nowhere, hit the first snowball, and then the first snowball decided to hit me, flattening me to the cold, icy floors. And most of this game was just me standing here after that. I really just got lucky with the snowballs. They just chose not to hit me every single time. I did have a couple close calls, but really this was a very simple mode. Right at the end, the snowball wanted to take my life, but instead, I took that gold medal and moved on to the next round. So we were here at the final round, Hexagon. It was me versus these 3 other guys, and there was only 3 because last round, the snowball game mode, they got absolutely demolished. Everyone got demolished except for those 3. I didn't realize how hard this was gonna be, because in Hexagon, my camera moves on its own when I jump. So every time I jump, I have to readjust my camera, which takes a lot of effort to do. After messing up this jump and falling down to the first floor, I noticed that everybody else was also with me. Instead of spending some time jumping, I was just running through all of them, making sure that people would fall down to the bottom. Unfortunately, I messed up my dive jump, which caused me to go to the blue layer before everybody else. Because there are only 3 people, there's really not much that's happening. But I was able to make that guy fall by using the tiles that he was going to go to. And with some careful dives, I was able to save myself from falling all the way down to the purple layer. And the guy from the very top fell all the way down to the purple layer. Even though he was by himself, I was surprised when he actually fell down to the yellow layer. Because no one was there, how could he have possibly fallen down and left me so much purple? But from there on, it was really just smooth sailing. It left me so much to use that after 3 minutes of waiting, they finally fell off and I won. Let's stop this. When I started this challenge, I had no idea how hard it was going to be. But after failing and failing and failing and failing again, I got this run. This run was perfect. It was everything I needed. The run that you were watching. Except for one thing. This. I didn't notice this the first playthrough. Probably because I was too focused in the game. Did you see that? I moved towards the left. And after figuring this out, I tried and tried and tried and tried to get another game, only moving right. But I just wasn't able to do it. So now I ask you, does this make this run invalid? Well, comment down below. And if you like Fall Guys, you could watch this, where I play the Sweet Thieves game mode on Fall Guys. See you all again soon.
#360